atake, makapalot, makapatay ng bola pagdating doon sa bandang dulo.
So one set all after the Philippines won the first set 25-22, and then Indonesia coming back 28-26 in the second set. Both teams looking for their first win in this tournament as they are at 0-2 in the win-loss record. So third set just about to get underway inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig City. Gia Morado starting setter today for the Philippines after a heartbreaking 3-set loss against Thailand that put us in this position. Makandili will play setter, left-handed, but catches the line.
And we draw first blood here in set number 3. And so far still no sign of Alyssa Valdez injected into the active duty after sitting out doon sa
most of set number 2.
Set number 2, halos hindi na siya naglaro.
Yep. Also, although she did start today, there's a push by Ratri Wulandri.
Baron was electric for the Philippines doon sa unang set na habol natin. Still played well doon sa unang parte ng second set. Gia Morado with a very low and quick set to Majoy Baron, as Majoy Baron puts that point away for a 2-point lead for the Philippines.
Chance of Filipino galing natin ito by the crowd inside the Phil Sports Arena. That is on the line for Ratri Wulandri.
And the nemesis of the defense of the Philippines once again gets back on track. The first point of Indonesia in the set, courtesy of Ratri.
She has been hurting us along with Amalia.
Big time.
Yeah.
Si Amalia yung bumuhay talaga sa second set.
Second set, ano? So one serving two, make that 2-all of a service ace by Ratri Wulandri, who's one of their best servers.
This has been our Achilles heel late in the second set, all the way to the start of the third set. And we pointed this out dun sa umpisa pa lamang ng labang ito. Our reception has to be highly efficient and must be consistent for us to be able to attack itong depensa ng Indonesia.
Indonesia is the much younger team, average age of 23 years old. Filipinas, average age of 25.
Off the block point coming from Ces Molina.
Good stop by the Philippines as we go back up by 1.
Ever quiet and unassuming, but really packs a lot of force sa kanyang mga atake. Dita of Indonesia nang hinayang dun sa huling defensive sequence for them.
Good receive by Dita that time. What a power attack right there. That is number 15, Hani Budiarti.
Look at the length and size of Indonesia spikers.
A poor first ball, and again, reception issues to start set number 3. Problems for the Philippines.
3 aces for Indonesia in set number 2. And a couple of those aces happened during the chase down of Indonesia versus the Philippines. And they completed the chase down eventually. 3 aces for Indonesia, 1 for the Philippines in the second set. 3 aces for Indonesia in the first set as well. So that's about 6 already for them, plus 2 more here. 8 aces for Team Indonesia, the blue shirts, against the Philippines. Probably the most number of aces we've given up so far in any match.
And the run continues for the Indonesians after a kill block against Ea Laure. 5 serving 3 now. Biggest lead for the Indonesians.
Ang masakit, Eric, dun sa binanggit ko, dun sa second set, alala mo ko sinabi ko na 14 attack points para sa kanila sa unang set. And they will be nowhere close to that number because of the way the Filipinos defended them in the early part of the second set. Only to have Indonesia tied the attack count at 17 each.
A lucky break for the Filipinas, though, as a cross-court attack goes outside. So 1-point game, chance to tie. Majoy Baron and company here, down by 1. Good kill block this time. The Philippines retaliates.
And we need more of this. Very evident net defense. Omnipresence for Baron, Maraño, when we built that 4-point cushion that eventually was diffused by the uprising of Indonesia. First kill block of the set for the Philippines.
Tied game at 5. Very nice one-handed set.
Bigat tong adjustment ng setter ng Indonesia to. Making something out of nothing. Look at that last play executed by Indonesia, and that left an open hole in our defense. And they found a donut. 1-point lead once again for Indonesia after a 2-0 start by the Philippines.
Tense look in the eyes of Abby Maraño. Morado. Laure. Yes.
Drop shot over the two-man wall. Laure has scored in every match that she has played. 5 points heading to this match for EJ Laure. Laure rather. Tied at 6.
Paat and that lefty style of hers, very difficult to predict by opponents. Beautiful tip, kept alive by Morado. Back row attack, Molina. Into the net.
Even Joe V. Gonzaga, we haven't seen much.
Not yet today. Service is outside for Amalia.
Finally, we get a break. Kanina pa tayo nasasaktan ng puwersa ng service ng Indonesia. Laure on the service line to try and give the Philippines the driver's seat once again.
7-all, set number 3. 1-all between the Philippines and Indonesia. Beautiful tip off the chest of Maraño. Free ball. Didn't even get across as there was confusion again as to who was going to get the third touch.
Yan ang naging problema rin natin, no? Sa scramble plays natin. Distorted alignment, having problems returning the ball. Philippines will be down by 1 point as we reach the first technical timeout.
Babalik po tayo sa Phil Sports Arena. Right here on SNA as the Philippines takes on Indonesia. Both teams looking for the first win in the tournament. Right now, 1-all. Philippines 25-22 in the first set, and we lost the second set 26-28. 1 point lead for Indonesia. 8 serving 7. Morado sets it up. Maraño.
Eliza Valdez still not in play, still not inside for the Philippines.
Here comes Molina. Quick movement on the floor by the Indonesians. Great coverage. Maraño attacks and finds an opening.
Good transition defense for the Philippines. Maraño once again delivers on a running hit, trying to fire up the rest of the Philippine team. Maraño over the single block, going cross court. Nearing the 5-point mark is Abby Maraño.
No libero for the Philippines now. As Maraño gets set to serve. 8-all on a very tight set number 3. That was almost an over-receive, but great handling again at the net by the Indonesians.
Amalia with a very good reception, and then just directing that bump pass dun sa nakatapat sa mas maliit na blocker away from Majoy Baron, and turned out to be an isolation play versus Molina.
Indonesians back up by 1. Baron with a tip. Ball is still alive. Free ball for the Philippines.
Very good reaction time for Indonesia.
Molina over received. Joust won by the Indonesians. Morado sets it up. Back to Molina. Molina. What a scramble for both teams here in this exchange. Baron. Great floor defense for both teams. There's a net violation by the Indonesians. Momentum cannot be stopped. For number 15, that is Hani Buriarti.
Pero tignan mo yung length dito nitong si Buriarti and their leaping ability. So hard to score against them at this stage of the match. Tied at 9 once again. Also equal with 1 set apiece, Philippines and Indonesia.
Both teams fighting tooth and nail for each and every point here in set number 3. Nobody getting a real good run so far. Molina. The back set. for Wulandri is outside. Point Philippines, and we're back up on top by 1.
Only 3 errors committed by Indonesia in that second set win. 2 errors so far for Indonesia in this third set. Philippines up by 1.
Let's see if we can rattle off 2 straight points here and start a bit of a run. Wulandri again. Good dig by Laure Molina. That's over received once again, and Baron.
Finally, no blocker marking Baron. Baron scores.
Back-to-back points for the Philippines.
Majoy Baron is one of the top scorers for the Philippines in this match. Perfect timing for one of the taller players. One of the tallest players as well.
Kill block for the Philippines.
Courtesy of Mylin Paat.
That's 3 straight points.
If you can't score on offense, you can do so with offensive blocks. Kill block number 2 for the Philippines.
And that was airtight too.
And very seldom do you find Gia Morado reacting this way.
Yeah.
But you see that this is the pivotal third set and anything can happen. That's why the Philippines trying their best to once again get a step ahead of Indonesia. 3-point lead down to 2.
Babawi si Ratri Wulandri.
Ito yung kadalasang palitan eh. Maiksi lamang yung rallies. Maiksi lamang yung palitan. Walang long rallies.
But Ratri Wulandri, to the relief of many Filipinos for sure, is in the back row now. Serving for Indonesia. What a jump serve again. That's been hurting us this whole match. A jump serve of Ratri Wulandri. Philippine lead is just 1. 11 serving 12. Set number 3. Better reception this time. But Majoy Baron is blocked at the net. Average height difference is just 1 centimeter. But right now, in terms of blocking, Indonesians have a slight advantage, at least based on the last few sets. Morado sets it up. She goes back set to Molina. Over received and outside. Point Philippines. We're back on top by 1. 13-12. Set number 3. Cess Molina, one of the go-to girls in the past few sets, as Eliza Valdez is sitting it out and has been since set number 2. Miss hit for the Indonesians, another point for the Philippines, and we restore a 2-point advantage. Molina serving again. Middle attack picked up by Morado. Macandili sets it up. The Laure attack is returned. Laure tries once again, and Laure will score. Back to a 3-point lead for the Philippines. Hey, Laure making a good account of herself. Coming off the bench today. And has had an impact. Take a look at Eliza Valdez on the bench. She saw action in the first set. Has been resting since then. Amalia with a push. Paat. This time expected at the net and blocked by the Indonesians. Still a close game, but the Philippines with a slight 2-point lead. Baron, great dig by the Indonesians. Amalia. Both teams displaying excellent floor defense. Laure going above the blockers. Makantili with the up. Laure again. Laure will score back-to-back points. And that takes us to our second technical timeout. Philippines up by 3, 16-13. Indonesia in the third set. And we are at 1 set all as both teams seek their first win in the tournament. Amalia blocked at the net, and the Philippine run continues, and the lead is 4. Biggest lead by either team in the third set. Solid front line right there with Paat, Laure, Maraño as well in front. So many choices for Gia Morado. Allow the Philippines to score and attack and build on this 4-point lead. Megawati is back in the game, and she delivers immediately.
And based on what we saw in the second set, that even a 4-point cushion is safe from the clutches of Indonesia. They have the ability and capacity to come back quickly and take the set away from you.
Number 15 out, number 8, Tisha Amalia Putri in. Number 13 out, number 12, Arcela Duwari in.
So a couple of substitutions for Coach Octavian. Hoping to mount a run here after that point scored by Hangestri Pertiwi. Amalia Putri serve for Indonesia. Middle attack right there from Mylene Paat.
Paat, Maraño, Laure, and of course Molina trying to keep the Philippines afloat.
(18 serving 14). Set number 3.
Ano man ang mangyari sa labang ito, maghaharap ang Philippines versus Indonesia once again on Monday. And that is the battle for the bronze medals.
And right now, imperative for the Philippines not to have the same kind of meltdown they did late in set number 2, where they had a 5-point lead and allowed Indonesia to come back and win it 28-26. Laure chasing it down, and Laure overhits the mark. Yes, 2 straight points for Indonesia as that 4-point lead is down to 2. Megawati, Hangestri Pertiwi serving. There's an off speed from Abi Maraño. Laure is blocked. It goes outside in favor of the Philippines.
Laure scoring off the block. 3-point lead for the Philippines. Well, perhaps Coach Shaq is also trying to preserve some of our key players heading to Monday's match. Today is already Saturday. That's going to be a quick turnaround for the Philippines and Indonesia, as both countries are bidding to bring home the bronze medal after Thailand and, of course, Vietnam have sealed the top 2 spots in this 4-team competition.
Makantili will set it up. Molina is blocked. Makantili with the up again. Free ball for Indonesia. Oh, miscue there. Great pancake save by Indonesia. Makantili as well, diving for the ball. Good block. What a rally here. Free ball for Indonesia. Wulandri. Difficult set for Molina.
Still alive.
What a save for the Philippines. Wulandri again. Molina with the up. Back row attack is rejected. Maraño. That's right in the middle. Molina lucky to not touch the net. Longest rally of the match so far. Wulandri. And finally, Indonesia puts a stop to that with an emphatic kill from Ratri Wulandri.
Ratri winning the transition exchange. Philippines trying to build a 4-point lead, instead Indonesia will cut a 3-point deficit to a 2-point cushion for the Philippines. And that point was scored against the double block of the Philippines.
So inching closer is Indonesia, now within 2. Serving is Siti Nurfathila. Laure. Absolute focus in her eyes and a lucky break for the Philippines.
And this was the point of the second set wherein Indonesia was able to claw its way back into the match and win the second set eventually in an extended second set.
The Philippines must learn its lesson and protect this 3-point lead here in the third set. Ratri Wulandri down the line. Back-to-back points for Wulandri, and the lead is just 2 for the Philippines.
You have to try and slow down the points of attack by Indonesia. The net defense has to be present once again for the Philippines. Maski hindi mo ma-block, at least mas slow down mo man lang yung bola para matig mo at maka-atake ka. Oo.
Molina, that's picked up, gets ooze from the crowd. Block at the net by the Philippines. Wulandri again. Indonesia is going almost exclusively to Ratri Wulandri. What a block at the net against Molina. Molina will try again. Wulandri now with an off speed. Morado to the middle. Baron is blocked. Baron is blocked twice. Molina cross court is outside.
Indonesia down by only 1.
Substitution for the Philippines, number 6.
And Eliza Valdez finally.
Eliza Valdez in.
Finally is back in action for the Philippines.
And it's easy to tell, Coach Rory, nadidig mo yung crowd. Lumakas yung boses.
Kanina pa rin nila hinahanap.
After a long rest in the second set, Eliza Valdez back. Philippines had a 4-point lead. It's just
Timeout,
1.
Philippines.
And Coach Shaq Dos Santos calls a timeout. What a save
by Morado.
Yeah. But Indonesia now looking to tie. Wulandri delivers yet again. Ratri Wulandri has been relentless.
Beating Don Macandili. And another strong closeout of the set for Indonesia.
20 all after being down by 4. Indonesia is back in the game. Poor first ball there.
Yes.
Absolute misreceive, and Indonesia not only erases a 4-point deficit, but takes the lead now, 21-20.
Amalia continues to be a big thorn on the side of the Philippines.
Amalia, Wulandri, they've been really hurting us. Yeah. Misreceive once again. And again, Wulandri at the net.
Over reception.
In a really bad spot.
Yes, because this is a very long scoring run for Indonesia. Reminiscent of what we saw in the second set.
Exactly.
Humaba, hindi lang 2-point run. Ang haba ng pinanggalingan. And kontrolado nila ngayon yung palitan. Ang problema, wala ng palitan pag minsan dahil reception na ang nagiging problema ng ating team.
Well, Gia Morado is subbed out. Rhea Di Maculangan is back in the game. Double contact against Indonesia that time.
Rhea Di Maculangan calls for that running play right away for running hit right away for Majoy Baron, who delivers.
But a quick substitution once again as Morado returns to the game. And Di Maculangan only lasting 1 play.
But we scored when she was inside.
That's right. Solid block at the net.
But that ball will land out. And Indonesia 2 points ahead and only 2 points away from winning its second consecutive set. Look at the force of that hit versus Majoy Baron.
And who is it once again? Ratri Wulandri.
Ratri Wulandri.
Oh, she stepped on the line.
We get a break from that violation.
foot fault against in this third set. Liza Valdez serving for the Philippines. 22-23. Back row. Here's Megawati. Rejected. 2 straight blocks for the Philippines. That's on the line this time, though, on the second attempt of Megawati.
Excellent double effort coming from the Philippines, but Megawati will not be denied. And again, multiple touches for Megawati. Cross-court winner for Megawati, eluding Adon Macandili's defense. 2 set points for Indonesia to build a 2-1 in terms of set advantage.
Underhand set. Laura's attack is picked up. Megawati puts the finishing touch that Indonesia needed in set number 3.
They now lead this match 2 sets to 1.